Hey guys, it's Britt, and if I'm slightly off center, that's my Betty Boop lamp, and I don't know if YouTube is going to flag me for it because YouTube is really weird, and please ignore the phone ringing. Okay, so I'm doing the 25 bookish facts about me tag, and I can't find the original video. I looked really hard, but I don't think it exists anymore. I wasn't tagged by anybody, but it seems like a really fun tag to do. So without further ado, let's get into it. And as usual, I have it written as on a sticky note on the side of my computer, so that's where I'm looking. Number 1. Up until the release of Sorcerer's Stone / Philosopher's Stone, I was really adamant about not reading Harry Potter or watching Harry Potter, but my dad bought it for me, and I felt obligated to watch it because he spent money on it. So my dad got me into Harry Potter, and I've been a Potterhead since. Number 2. After I watched Philosopher's Stone / Sorcerer's Stone about 10 times in a week, my dad actually went out to Barnes & Noble and bought me the paperback boxed set of the 1 through 4 Harry Potters, like the box set with the books, and it had J.K. Rowling's signature on it, and it was really cool. Thank you, Dad. Number 3, my grandma was the one that got me into reading via Nancy Drew, and I loved reading with my grandma. My grandma used to babysit me all the time, and she used to read out loud to me, and I have really fond memories of Nancy Drew. Thank you, Mima. Number 4, I was really dumb during my first 2 years of college, and I didn't read or write for those 2 years because of a guy, and I will either link it in the description below or it'll be somewhere up here, but I have a video explaining why. Yeah. So, number 5, my friend Katie actually got me back into reading via the Maze Runner series. I know that people have the tendency to dislike that series, but that was the series that got me back into reading. So thank you, James Dashner, for writing the Maze Runner, or else I wouldn't have this booktube channel. Number 6, I don't have auto-buy authors. I think that every author has different stories to tell, but we're not going to like each and every one of those stories, so I don't feel obligated to go out and buy a new book until I'm sure that I'm going to enjoy it. Number 7, I love collecting special editions of books. If you've seen my review of The Beach, that is a special edition. That's a collector's edition. I love collector's editions. Don't know why. I just do. Number 8, I prefer to buy the British editions of books that are written by British authors because I believe that that's how they were intended to be read, and American edits are really dumb, and I love British slang and I love British literature, and I think that's how it should be read. Number 9, I prefer hardback to paperback. Number 10, but that being said, I actually prefer to read ebooks, which I will expand upon later. 11, every time I see something Game of Thrones related or Song of Ice and Fire, I am reminded why I love writing and I love film, because that series just continues to blow my mind. 12, my dream job is to be an Audible narrator. I love books and I love audiobooks, so that would be my dream. If I had the opportunity to narrate a book for Audible, I'd be so happy. 13. I wrote a novel for NaNoWriMo about 2 years ago called Smokescreen, and it was the first book that I ever finished. Like, I actually sat down and thought about and wrote, and I finished it in 2 weeks, and I was really, really proud of myself because I never thought that I would write 50,000 words in 4 weeks, and I banged out 50,000 words in 2 weeks. So, number 14, my high school English teachers always ask me when I'm writing a book. That just shows you how much I wrote in high school, I guess. Number 15, writing is my passion, but my own anxieties and my own fears of failure prevent me from actually publishing my written works. Number 16, I will not be purchasing any more books written by J.K. Rowling once I own all the UK editions of Harry Potter books 1 through 7. She's just done some things that I don't support, and like I said in my last video, I don't believe in putting money into something that you don't support or agree with. So sorry, J.K. Rowling, but number 17, I fell in love with Maggie Stiefvater's writing in The Raven Boys. And I just love her, but I can't get into Shiver, and it's really disappointing. I just don't like werewolves. Number 18, Ronan Lynch is my spirit animal. And even though I'm terrified of birds. Number 19, out of all the Game of Thrones characters, I relate the most to Sansa Stark and Theon Greyjoy. Number 20, I don't like Dumbledore or Snape as characters. I think they're really problematic. And just a little tidbit of information. Number 21, I've always really loved book to film adaptations, but what I really, really love is when filmmakers publish books that are the behind the scenes stuff, and I love those. Number 22, if I ever met George R.R. Martin, I would probably cry because I feel like I owe him a lot because he wrote A Song of Ice and Fire and just inspired me so much throughout that series, and I would cry. Number 23, due to my disability, I have the tendency to spasm, and I lose my place very often while I'm reading, hence why I prefer ebooks, because if I drop that, I don't lose my place. Number 24, with the exception of my grandma, I am the only reader in my family. Number 25, if it hadn't been for BookTube, I wouldn't have discovered authors like Neil Gaiman or Maggie Stiefvater, and just thank you guys. I love you. Alright, that's the tag. I love you. And I don't know who hasn't done this tag, but if you want to do this tag, go ahead. I'll see you in the next video. Love you guys.